everybody. We are live and in living color here on the Banking Bros channel. And it's our Thursday, Ask Us Anything hour. And I'm here to talk and walk you through it, actually, as we go. I'll be joined by some guest stars here shortly. We're wrapping up something else. But if you are new here, first off, I appreciate you being here. So I see, what is that, Steve O SQ75? Am I saying it right? Over on Instagram. I see some other folks joining us over on Instagram. I see people coming in now from YouTube. First and foremost, we appreciate you being here on our channel. We talk anything and everything personal finance. That is what we do. We have some thoughts in the personal finance category. First thought, which is a really big one, is we believe in creating guaranteed cash flow. That's what we believe. So on this channel, you're not going to hear us talking really much about qualified plans, government sponsored plans, but we are going to talk about creating guaranteed cash flow, how to get it, how to keep it, how to secure it, how to get more of it, what to do with it once you have it, what you should opt into or opt out of. No problem. We appreciate you being here. So Steve-O, I can see a little better now. Steve-O ESQ, so it might be Esquire 75. Here's my question for you, since you're out there commenting. You have any questions for us about personal finance? Personal finance. It does not matter if you're like, oh, I'm thinking about starting a Turo business, or it doesn't matter if you're like, tax season is the worst. I hate it, and I need to know how to avoid that. It wouldn't matter to me if it's anything in between. But we appreciate you being here. We got some folks over on Instagram and over on YouTube as well. I think our Facebook is coming up also, so we'll have a couple people join us. But that's what we do here on this channel. We talk all about personal finance, and that's what this hour is all about. So we really appreciate you. We are in Greenville, South Carolina here. My name's Jonah.
I'm J-Dude, Jeremiah.
Yep, and we've got some folks that are joining us over on Instagram. I think Miss Janet just joined us over on Instagram.
Janet was on the call I just got off of. Welcome back to the game, cool. Janet.
I talked to Janet last night also.
Oh,
Janet, I got an email coming for you. Sorry, things got crazy last night. But I'll send it to you. And we've got Ishanda Talks. Ushanda Talks. How would you say that?
I think I might say Ushanda.
Ushanda. If that's you out there, we appreciate you being here over on Instagram. So, okay, Steve-O ESQ's got a question for us on Instagram. He says he's interested in infinite banking models and tax-exempt trusts. Why don't you speak to that for just a quick second?
Can you turn down my headphones a little bit?
I don't think you need them, and I don't know which one it is.
Well, just in case anybody else joins us.
Okay.
On our team. Okay, Steve, what's up, man? Happy 50th this year. Okay, so infinite banking models and tax-exempt trusts. So number one, you realize probably because you're bringing it up that life insurances are outside of the tax code. What we mean is not like it's a hack or secret. Outside of the tax code means that insurance is not income. So out of all the paperwork, 70,000 plus pages, we've looked this up. We have not read it. Because Jonah said, chat said, no one person has read the tax code now. It's impossible.
This is going to be a tough read, honestly. It's going to be a tough read.
Okay, so income and insurance are opposite sides of the spectrum. Okay, so there's a line down the middle. So when we're talking about death benefit proceeds for family, we're not always talking about business things, but for family, for posterity, this is tax exempt stuff. Borrowing is not income. So when we borrow against a non-taxable item that has cash, that's why rich people buy, borrow, die. We've heard that strategy. There's no new taxes. Read my lips. Steve, are you really 50 years old? If you are 50 years old, you know that reference. Read my lips. No new taxes. Okay, so tax-exempt trusts, whole nother game, okay? So trusts are basically in the 1041 window. 1041 window. They say that at church, don't they? But 1040s and 1041. Window. Yeah, the 1041 window has to do with like longitude and longitude.
Yeah, something like that. In there. No, okay. I don't think that's it though.
Is it not?
Not 1041
or something. Somebody let us know. Ooh, I missed that episode of Sunday School. So 1041 is where trusts are. There's simple trusts and complex trusts. And we know of strategies where people, preserve their dollars really well utilizing trusts, utilizing language that lets them flow cash to and through trusts onto next generations, etc. That is not our specialty, but we can partner with people who know that well and they understand what's going on with IBC or infinite banking concept. So you can marry those two in your business approach or your family trust or your private family foundation or your private family partnership. What's the one that's a partnership? Your
I think you're right. He
Private-
also
private
he
family.
also said Bush Senior. He's
yes,
57.
he got it. Let's go. 57. Well, it says 75 on there, so I assumed that you were born in 75. But if you're 57, you were born before 75. So welcome to the show. Thank you. Where are you from? Where are you out there?
Jake says, "What's up? What's up, Jake?"
Jake, hey, we've got something coming to you. If it did not already get to your DMs, Jake Doster is always a staple here on our Thursday Cash Coaching Hour. Jake is in South Carolina and sometimes North, maybe. Maybe he works in North from time to time. I'm not sure. So, Jake, we've got something in your DMs from the Cash Compound. Please check that. Congratulations. We got
What
something special
platform?
for you.
Facebook.
I think it's Facebook.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Check it on Facebook. Steve-O
LA.
Esquire
Okay.
lives in LA.
So what we get? Dodgers in 5?
Dodgers, man, they're getting beat. They're down, aren't they?
Is it 3-2?
Is it? I gotta
3-2
look it up.
Canada right now?
Hold on, I'll look it up.
Or is it? Let us know.
I thought they were going to
Shohei, though.
Dodgers were gonna,
My goodness.
Yeah, he's
What
he's
is
like
that? Whoa.
He's worth all the money they didn't give him,
Correct.
'cause they owe it to him forever. or
Oh my
something
gosh.
they did.
Yeah, 100%
That's
worth it.
crazy.
Oh my
Also, Steve-O, are you a basketball fan? Austin Reeves hit a buzzer beater
That's
last night in
right?
LA.
Let's go. That's our
What's going
team.
on?
That's our team. So we moved from SoCal, but the high desert, Steve, to South Carolina. So these are still our teams, man. We're down 2-3. Yeah.
We're down 2-3.
Yeah. Canada's up
Stink.
3-2.
It's got to be in 7. Yep.
All right.
Man, yeah, they're playing well. Anyway, yeah. So last night, Janet jumped on Instagram. She was here a second ago, and she was watching. But last night, she called me and she wanted to talk passive income. She actually had mentioned she's coming into some dollars from a trust. Actually, coming into some dollars from a trust.
Steve is
from dad or grandpa or something.
Yeah.
Correct me if I get it wrong, Janet, if you're still on there. And she said, I want to call you because I saw you do a webinar with some passive income people. I want to talk to you about the passive income. 'Cause
Yes.
I'm coming into money and I need to know what to do. Right.
Okay. So yes, she said she's still with us. You say?
Yeah. And so we talked about passive income. And actually, so this is going to be fun. I found an article recently. I'm into articles these days. I found an article recently about passive income ideas, actually. And I thought it might be fun to kind of talk through them. There's 8 in this article. I think the article came out like 2 days ago from
I'm ready.
USA Today or something. And we'll tell you about some of the things that we've done in the passive income space based on the article and some other things that we might think based on the article and that sort of thing. Does that work?
It does. So if you are already getting passive income, I think in the new year, I'm doing something on a personal level. I don't know if it's going to be adopted fully by the Cash Compound, our system and knowledge base for guaranteed lifetime income, where the infinite banking concept lives for us, the save and spend system. But I really think that we are on to the beginnings of a passive income type cohort or club. And if you're already earning passive income, shout us out. Let the redeemed of the passive income club say so. So if you already have some dollars coming in from your rentals, from your vending machines, from a trust, are you inheriting some dollars? You're having a windfall. We'll count that as well. We'd love to know. So Jonah, let's
some
hear
of
about
these some of these passive income, some of these inherited dollars have rules around them, and you got to Google this stuff.
Yes, you do.
Because you
Yes, you
will
do.
never know this. You're thinking, oh, I'm in the clear. I inherited some money. No, you are not.
You may be in more trouble by getting the money, and people
Yep.
realize that. They
Yep.
get into trouble because they're like, if you get the money or you know it's coming, and God forbid blessings on anybody who's someone's passing on or something like that, and we know that has been some people's story. But you're getting it, you spend it in your mind by lunch.
And you weren't supposed to.
So you weren't
supposed to
because
touch it.
because
You
you're
were
like,
not.
well, no, now we're gonna pay off the house, and then you're like, now I have to move out because I don't have the taxes or
Yeah.
something like that, right?
Taxes on
Yeah.
inherited money can be a little crazy. But okay, this is a CNBC article. Okay, a CNBC article that I found. It said, here's the 10 best passive income ideas from a retired millionaire whose streams earned him about 80 grand a year.
All right, I'm ready.
I think that's first off pretty good title because 80 grand a year passively seems pretty good.
That'll take care of 80% of most families' money.
Right. And
Yeah.
this article came out on Wednesday, October 29th of this year. So this is literally like yesterday. This article came out. Okay. So
If you've lost track of the days, that's yesterday.
I just don't know what day it is.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to skip the time. Oh, it never went.
Oh, we're trying to
Hold on a
get it on
second.
the screen for you guys.
How did it not go?
So if you're looking at us on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen,
Hold on, I'm back.
you're going to be able to see this best,
I got it.
but sometimes it's Facebook.
Oh, but StreamYard doesn't do it. I have to click the buttons in here. All right, I got it.
We got it coming. Okay, so remember, we got a couple platforms out there. Shout out to our YouTube channel, The Banking Bros, our Facebook page, The Cash Compound, our private group inside Facebook, Infinite Bankers, and our IG at The Banking Bros. So we're streaming on all those platforms normally on Thursdays at noon Eastern or noon plus Eastern. Sometimes we get started 5 or 10 minutes after the hour, so don't sleep on us just in case we are trying to get the tech right or we're a couple minutes late. But we are live coming to you from the HQ in South Carolina, the northwest corner of the southeastern state, where we have been helping people with the save and spend system or infinite banking for 8 years. Congratulations, by the way. We just all figured out. Wait a minute. We just did 8 years.
I figured out how to share it, so I'm feeling pretty good too because now I know how to work the technology. Okay, you ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going back to the article real fast here. Okay, so it's a CNBC article. Sorry about the delay, folks. The 10 best passive income ideas from a retired millionaire whose streams earned him 80 grand a year. This came out yesterday.
So 80 grand
CNBC.
is about seven a month?
Yep.
Go ahead.
So here's one thing that I noticed from the headline because you're doing the math. I think math is important. 80 grand divided by 12 is actually
6,600.
6,600. So
Okay.
the part of the headline that I don't like is the retired millionaire portion there because
Okay.
it makes it seem like, oh, because he had $1 million is why he could get this passive income, and $6,000 of passive income just isn't the biggest number in the world. to
Right.
me.
So remember that, ladies and gentlemen. If you can get passive income at 6 grand, would that take care of your family's bills?
Right.
Who cares if you're a millionaire? If you got 80 grand coming in,
Who cares how old you are, right?
you ain't got to go to work today.
Okay.
Most people.
So I'm going to skip over the kind of the backstory here.
Okay.
Had a
That's
job,
fine.
made job, right? All that stuff. I'm going to get to his recommendation, his 8 things that he says what you should do. The first is dividend stocks. That's the first, dividend stock. So how that works for all those who are watching out there, you own shares in a company, and these companies then pay dividends, and then you use the dividends to do whatever you want. I saw a post by one of our friends recently that said he reinvests his dividends and has been doing it since 18.
I saw that this
Right.
morning.
But dividend stocks is the number one thing that he says in order to earn you some passive income. Jeremiah, let's talk about that one. What do you think?
Okay. Well, so first off, that is when you own individual stocks, you are at risk of the company's performance.
Right.
Now, risk is not a bad word. Risk means that the potential for loss. But of course, we all kind of know and hear and believe that over time, the overall market goes up.
Yep.
So if you're obviously, ladies and gentlemen, if you're in Coke, if you're in NVIDIA, you're in Apple, and you're in Amazon, you know what's been happening. You're in Tesla, you know what's been happening. But if you find a dividend stock and they're paying out whatever they're paying out, do a lot of dividend stocks pay out quarterly?
It just depends on which ones,
Yeah.
like quarterly or monthly or whatever. Yeah.
Obviously, and reinvesting those is great. Remember, we're not just now. What I don't see here.
go
He
back
says
to
it. Okay, but what I don't see is income from that yet. I
Yep.
see growth potential. Obviously, if it's working for
Right.
you, growth, but income is different.
Right.
Okay, so I like it.
Kathy, what's up? We see you out there. We appreciate you joining us.
Liz is
over
back.
on YouTube.
Liz
And
is
Liz
back.
was over on Instagram.
Uh-huh.
The Instagrammies. Got a couple friends who call that. Okay, dividend stocks. What do you guys think about dividend stocks? How many of you out there are owning them? That
Yeah.
is your passive income
Anybody
idea.
got any?
That's what you want to do in order to create passive income. Dividend stocks. All right. Put in in the comments. So it's going once, going twice. We'll come back to dividend stocks if you guys want us to talk about that. Okay, let's keep moving on this one. Number 2 is treasuries and bonds.
Treasuries and bonds.
Treasuries
Okay.
and bonds.
So I like the idea of this because when we employ the infinite banking concept, which we do around here, all of us, all of our coaches do it. Jonah and I have more than a handful of policies each. You're going to have guaranteed growth. You're going to have liquidity, and a treasury bond or a or any other or corporate bond or something like that. If you can get 4 or 5% on those bonds,
Yep.
It's just growth on growth, and it's very safe.
Very safe.
Bonds are safe.
Yep.
Okay.
Problem with this one, same as the last one, but just no liquidity. Bond to me is this treasury bond, is this T-bill. Literally, you can go to, what is it, tbill.gov or something?
Oh, I don't know.
It's literally like tbill.gov, and you can literally buy them right now. You
Yeah.
can buy they
Very
tell you
safe.
what the interest rate, you can just buy this thing. The problem is it's very similar to a CD,
Long-term hold.
long-term hold. And so I've
Well,
got
but at the same time, stocks most of the time for people long-term hold.
Okay, so here's what happened to me. I'm scrolling through this article real fast. I didn't actually even read the whole thing. I'm just kind of scrolling, but I got down to like 3 or 2 like this, and I realized, how is this passive income? Where did he get?
Well, see,
money
I said
from?
that at the beginning too,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Hey, so I'm not sure if it's passive yet, or
Yeah.
Now, at the same time, we're not poo-pooing on the guy who said he's got 80 grand. He's giving 8 recommendations. I have not read the article. So these are great. We're just going, hey, one thing we would always wonder for those of you out there who are just starting at these ideas, it doesn't mean a big pile of money somewhere held up does not mean passive income.
Yep. Hey, Steve Esquire 75, we see you got a bounce. I'm going to put a QR code in the corner of the screen there. If you want to scan it, you can chat with one of us. That link goes directly to our calendar, and we'll talk to you, but we'll ask you your questions, right?
Yeah.
We'll
And if you
jump
got
in.
one device, just screenshot, and then have the missus scan it for you later.
No, if you screenshot, your phone will do it. No, if you screenshot a QR.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's my first day on Earth, people.
Yeah. So anyway, we see you got a bounce, but if you screenshot or take a photo of that, you can get us, and I'll leave that up for anyone else. I mean, the offer's open, so we appreciate you guys there. Liz jumped off of Instagram and jumped over to YouTube because now she can listen outside the app.
Let's
so
go.
That
You remember
tells me
when you
she got
couldn't do
YouTube Red or something? Can you listen to YouTube now? If you close it?
Well, you can't.
Because I can't.
I cannot close it, but I can minimize it.
Yeah,
You remember that?
phone,
You used to not be able to minimize
You
it.
used to not be able to touch it.
Oh,
If you play
goodness.
a YouTube, you're
And
locked.
YouTube used to come out with the premium and the red. I don't think it's called red anymore. I think it's called premium.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. But the problem is they'd come out with updates, and I saw memes. We don't care about any of the updates unless
Except-
we can close the app and still hear the music.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Okay, let's go back real fast here. Treasuries and bonds, number 2.
Yep.
Number 3, rental real estate.
There we go.
So
Okay.
this one
Right.
made sense to me. Oh, well, of course, if you own real estate and someone's paying the rent, well, then the rent is now income.
Now,
right?
what I have to say about this.
It's written.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
The
it's written.
downside is that it's not truly passive, it says. This is the words, not me. Maintenance, tenants, property management all take work. But once the mortgage is paid off, the cash flow often becomes significant. All agreed, right? This is just a general idea.
Yep.
But a lot of people get into real estate and they get upside down like crazy, and it's not passive.
Yep.
So not only is it not passive, they get upside down. It gets nuts. They don't understand tenants. They don't understand vacancy. They don't understand repairs. They don't understand zoning or their city and county laws. They don't understand the taxes, the interest that they have to pay, all sorts of things. There's 101 ways to be involved.
Real estate.
Yeah, there's 101
like,
ways
yeah,
to be
let's do it.
involved in real estate. And many people, to the untrained eye, think that it's always going to work out for them till they get involved. And we deal with people right now. This past week, Jonah, I had a cash consultation with a lovely couple who was on par with each other. They were
Okay.
both on the call.
Yep.
Good communication. And they were physically, it was a video call. We'll do that with you. So we'll meet your +1 and we'll look at your paperwork. And they were physically dejected because they were upside down
Yeah.
in like 2 properties.
I think, haven't you had a video call before where they were clearly arguing about the information, and you're just sitting on video?
It was a long time. I forgot. Yes, 100%. No, these people were. I mean, it was good folks. But yes, I've been on there, and so I ask. So normally it's one person in the family.
Yep.
One person in the family who hears about us, wants more information, does a call. 90% of the world out there is married or whatever. So the other one gets invited at some point to be involved.
Yep.
Many times we don't meet that person because invited does not mean they showed up.
Yep.
Okay. Number one, because we're going to ask and we're going to say, well, if they can come, let's do a family financial reunion. We will facilitate and be the referee if you guys get in fights. Because one time that happened, and that was like, I asked the question, hey, glad you're here.
Hey, I'm going to go ahead and turn my camera off for a moment.
I'm going to let you finish. What happened is I asked people, the plus one, let's say it's a plus one. Why do you think you're here? What is it that they told? I make it funny. What is it that they told you that you can't possibly believe, and you came to see if this is real, and you worried about having to be sold or buy something? Let them they're in their house. Be comfortable. Tell me what you think this is about. So one, I know where to start. And two, I help them go, oh, well, maybe let's do some education before we get into nuts and bolts.
Yep. I totally get it.
So anyway.
Okay, you want to keep going?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so this is, that was 3. Here goes 4.
I wonder if I have that recorded. That one where they were fighting.
Private, and I got an ad in the middle of it. Don't worry about ads. Private real estate platforms.
Oh, we know about some of this.
Okay,
stuff.
so it says if you want real estate income without the headaches of being the landlord,
there you
which
go.
is what we just complained about, platforms like Fundrise let you invest smaller amounts into diversified property funds. They typically target returns 7 to 10%. They offer many regular distributions. Use these platforms to diversify beyond holdings. And this guy, it was talking about this guy, right? So he's saying he's got holdings in 3 spots: San Francisco, Honolulu, and Lake Tahoe. So number 4, private real estate platforms. So here's what I thought. Again, I was reading this article or just scrolling through it quickly. I thought, well, at number 4, we're 2 and 2, honestly, because 2 of them were not passive income.
I mean, you can take the dividends. I mean, if you're taking the dividends from your stocks, then it's passive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. But what about treasury bonds?
Yeah. I mean, what I'm saying, if you're reinvesting them into it, then it's not passive. But that's what I think most people, that's what they do. They reinvest them in. So this guy, retired millionaire, let's just assume he got to the place. And I'm now taking income. Okay. I don't know, because it's about income.
So 3 of 4, because you're not getting passive income from a treasury bond. That's what I'm trying to say. It's going to mature, and when it matures, there's interest and earnings, and you can take that matured interest and earnings and do something with it. But like that's not the definition of passive income to me. Passive income is like, I want this to show up each week, each month, each year, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, of course.
So anyway, that's what I thought. Okay, so here's my question for those of you who are out there on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, is have you used any private real estate platforms? Are there any folks out there on our channel that are watching right now that have done things like this? I really like this idea, private real estate platforms, where you put in a little bit of money, like it says, where they're going to give you a return 7 to 12%. Now, granted, there's going to be some risk. You probably need to read through Fundrise. Right. This guy recommended that. Fundrise's website and get their prospectus and do all that stuff to make sure that you understand the risk. But once you put the money there, it more than likely is, 7 to 8 to 9 times out of 10 kicking you back exactly.
Yeah. I mean, you're just clicking buttons, right? We're clicking buttons. We're not going to work for it. Now, let me ask again, as we're halfway through this list, is anybody out there earning passive income? I don't think I saw a response yet. And let me remind you that once your passive income is higher than what you need to operate, you're free. It's not an age. It's not a time. And if you can use that abundance mindset to go get what you really want, that's what freedom is all about. So I think more people out here need to be like woken up. Like, are we going for, at the best time in the best country, my opinion, in the history of the world, most opportunity for most people? Are we even going for this?
Right.
Are we going for 3, 5, 10, 12 a month coming in? Because if we do that, we're kind of free to go have lunch for 2 hours today.
Yep. I totally agree. Tony Shavers just jumped over on Instagram. What's up, Tony?
Tony is our member of the month for September at the Cash Compound.
Inside
So
our Facebook group.
Facebook group,
Yeah,
yes.
I
So if
love
you
it.
want to join our Facebook group and you're not in there, ladies and gentlemen, it's called Infinite Bankers. It's a private group. Throw us your email, slide us the reason that you're coming through, and join that community of people all across the country who are trying to learn the steps that it takes in the save and spend system to keep their cash growing and compounding no matter what. So what's up, Tony? And we are announcing our member of the month of October tomorrow. So you guys are just in time. So get in there and say hey to somebody, make friends, and learn their story.
All right, you ready for number 5? These are, again, for those of you who are just joining us, these are, according to CNBC and the article that they put out, the 10 best passive income ideas from a retired millionaire whose passive income streams were earning him 80 grand a year. So he went through the first 4 already. Number 1 was dividend stocks. And again, we talked about, well, you'd have to take the dividends out, and so as opposed to reinvest them in order for it to be passive.
Right.
Number 2 was treasuries and bonds. So we talked about that a little bit because to me, I'm wondering how you get passive income from a treasury bill or bond. It is a good thing. They're safe,
100%.
they're liquid, they're
Yeah.
a lot of them are guaranteed. There's a savings vehicle, right? So you're going to get the
Yes.
income, but I
Right.
don't understand how you get passive from that. Rental real estate. So I think everybody probably understands this one because this one's so popular these days. Of course, you own the property, you put a rental in it, a renter in it, and then they pay you over the mortgage payment, and you
Hopefully.
can pocket the rest
Come on now.
after saving some to make sure you can replace the roof, right? Getting the insurance right. Okay, we talked about private real estate platforms. So this one was interesting to me because I had not specifically heard of platforms for real estate, like
Right,
private real
right.
estate platforms. I know peer-to-peer lending platforms and things like that. I'm involved in one currently, and I got lots of money going back and forth in there because I want passive income, but I just didn't realize there were private real estate platforms. I guess I should have thought that through, right? But here's number 5, all right? This is REITs, Real Estate Investment Trusts. I'll read it for you because it's only 2 sentences. REITs are publicly traded companies that own and manage real estate. They're required to distribute at least 90% of their income to their shareholders, making them a popular source of passive income. The downside is volatility. REITs can swing more than the overall stock market, especially in downturns, but they do offer true passivity, unlike direct ownership. REITs, Real Estate Investment Trusts. So
I'm in, but I haven't been involved with this myself. So I've heard of REITs. I probably need to do some more. We probably need to do some more education on this. I think you've done some videos.
I've done some
Yeah,
videos
yeah.
on REITs. Yep.
Yeah,
on
but
our-
I've not
on our
been
YouTube.
involved. Yeah.
On our YouTube. So I know a little bit about them. I've never done a REIT or been involved in a REIT, so I do not know. I can't give you lots of insight, but I can tell you from what it said on that website that it is passive, absolutely passive. You can get money from these passively. The problem is volatility, right? They can swing. So here's the problem with that. Let's say you put money in, you put 10 grand in, you put 100 grand in, and now you're getting this passive income every single month. And then you've got a big swing, right?
Yep.
And you lose some of your principal. Your 100 grand goes to 90 or 80 or 70 or whatever it is. Here's the problem. Oh, I finally hit my passive income number or my goal and I have money so I don't have to work. And then you lost some of it. So now, I don't
Yeah.
have the money anymore.
Right.
That really to me is just,
Yeah.
that's the issue.
So some of these, you've got to understand what we would say, especially as we come up on number 6. I see it here on the screen. Is you want to understand the difference between guaranteed savings or growth vehicles and market risk vehicles.
Yep.
Because coming up now, number 6, Jonah, show us. We've got a guaranteed style vehicle.
That's right.
Okay.
So Liz also says you need to do some more REITing.
I saw that, and I don't know. I don't know what is a reading.
I think reading.
Oh, reading. Got it.
REIT.
Reading.
Yeah,
Thank you, Liz.
I get it.
Thank you,
I don't
Liz.
have my.
Kick her off. Kick her off. No.
I don't have. Here it goes. I do have it. I think they heard it.
I think we don't have our
I don't
headphones
have the
on.
headphones on. Okay, number 6, CDs and high yield savings accounts. So again, here's my question: passive income?
Once again, I'll just remind you, Jonah, that it's fine if you now high yield savings, of course, is if you take out what it makes. So, for instance, now I know that can be counterintuitive, counterproductive
So
because, like, if we put money in,
So what he's saying in a CD, like you
yeah,
put money in, you wait to your maturity date, and then all the excess, it's now yours, and you just rinse and repeat.
yeah, yeah, that's how it would be passive.
Okay.
Obviously, also you don't have to work for it. So there's two ways you can define this, in my opinion.
Yep.
One is taking out the growth. The other one is you don't have to work to do this. So if you are working a job today and you're supposed to be working, but you're listening to us, or you can do both at the same time, or it's a day off. Don't get fired on your day off. Y'all remember what happened on Friday. Okay, is that we are talking about non-work. We're good because all of this is non-work.
Yep.
Except maybe real estate.
Yep.
Got to be careful. So
Okay. Nina says me. Nina, are you talking about the REITs? Or are you talking about this one, CDs and high yield savings accounts? I would love to know.
Yeah. Are you doing something else passively? So help us out. Just give us a longer.
Then she says
Instagram needs to do better with that feature.
No, I think the G is not there. I need to do better with maybe. I don't know.
Nina, help us out.
Nina, help us out. We're trying.
We talk. So sometimes our aggregating system, we go live on StreamYard, if you guys know that platform, so we can be in several places at one time. So when we see it, you may have started typing 2 minutes ago.
She said the same thing that Liz said, actually. She's saying she left IG to watch here.
Got it. So, hey, welcome. So subscribe if you haven't done that. Ring the bell. We are live on Thursdays, Nina. You may know that already. We may already be working with you as well. There's a couple of coaches around here. Plus, we don't always recognize your handles. We know your voice. We see your emails. We talk on the phone, but we don't recognize your handle. So welcome.
She's talking about leaving IG to watch here. She
got you. Got you. All right.
I love it. Okay. So CDs and
so remember, CDs and high yield savings accounts can be guaranteed vehicles. It says on this article on the screen, best for short-term goals and emergency funds. We agree. Out of this list,
this is
feel
my,
like we
my
have
favorite 2 words right there.
Yes, guaranteed returns. So remember that. So you can find these online, at 4% ish, 5%. And so that's great. That's way better than a checking account. But remember, we're locked up for longer periods of time or penalties if we mess with it early, stuff like that. But yeah, and there can be FDI insured if that's important to you. Yep. That means that if the bank goes under, the fake FDIC can reimburse you, things like that. But we don't expect it. But of course, we have seen it happen. And so if you have emergency funds, short-term cash needs, and this by short-term, we're talking like 6 months plus, right? Not 6 days.
Yep.
Then this can be a good thing for you.
Okay, before we keep moving, what is this ad that they keep showing us? What are these?
Remember, this is retirees looking at articles.
Oh, that's true.
So retirees have bad knees.
I got it. Okay, Nina says she's working with Brent Kessler. She thinks.
She thinks, meaning Brent hadn't picked up the phone in 2 years, Nina. We know Brent well.
Yeah, Brent's great. Or is he from your team or Chris Nongle's team? Yeah.
Actually, it's the other way around. It's the other way around.
Yeah.
So Brent is the boss man, and so everyone else picks up the phone because you think you're working with him when you're working with a couple of his great people. We're friends with these people, and you may have talked to You may have talked to Jonah in the past. If you're working with Brent and Chris, Jonah may have been on the phone with you, actually helping you through your paperwork. Depends on how long you've been around. So let us know how long you've been around, Nina, and where you're watching in from today.
Yep. Brent and Chris, both great. We know them. You're going to get the right type of policy. You're all good. But we'd like to know some more information because we can be helpful to you too. Okay, you ready for number 7?
Ready.
I'm trying to make it so the ads don't whatever. Here we go. Number 7.
There's a lot of ads.
Was just a lot of knees and knee pain. Number 7 is digital products. Again, these are the 8 best passive income ideas according to CNBC yesterday. Digital products. It says create something once and sell it many times electronically can provide some high margin passive income. That's why ebooks, online courses, and software can generate income for years with minimal upkeep. An update every 1 or 2 years may be all that's needed. Digital products. What do you think about digital products as a passive income idea?
I actually really like it. Okay, now you have to build something at some point. Creators, that right there. Best for creators. meaning you did have to do something at some point. Someone had to build the real estate before you got the rental money. So we're cool with that. But recently, our not to be yet named tax partnership, if you're trying to minimize, eliminate ethically, morally your tax burdens, we're reestablishing a partnership over the course of, be ready for it, January 1 or something. That person and that group came to me and said, Will, our producer, and me helped her build digital tax courses like 7, 8 years ago.
Yep.
I forgot about it.
Yep.
And she said, that's working great. So far to date, I've made $250,000 off of it.
Yeah. That's
And I
crazy.
couldn't remember what we made.
That's crazy.
Well, yeah. So, yes. So you got to build something, right? You got to build something, but she still has it on autopilot marketing in a way where people are buying that product. I don't know how much it costs. I don't know. Fortunately, I helped her make it, so maybe she's been helping me for less money. So I don't know, but yeah, it's great.
There it is. Digital products. You see that a lot on these Instagrams, Snapchat,
Yeah,
stuff
for sure.
like that. The digital products. are
We've,
going
I mean,
crazy.
we have courses. We
That's-
have courses. We're building new courses. We've always are upgrading our courses, so we have some digital products.
Yeah.
People can
But
buy
you
them.
see it like crazy when people get a little bit of fame and all of a sudden they got
Boom.
T-shirts and hats and because of digital products, right? And again, those are physical products, but they're going to promote them because
Yeah.
it's an easy way to earn more income.
100%.
right? Okay, number 8. This is the last one on the list from CNBC yesterday. The 8 best passive income ideas, according to one gentleman who has made over $80,000 a year passively, and it is hard money lending. Hard money lending. Instead of earning around 4% in a savings account, you can lend directly to individuals and potentially earn more, 7% or more, you know. Borrowers pay higher interest rates because bank moves too slowly or impose too many restrictions. It's probably the second one more often than not. These loans often fund things like small businesses, down payment bridges, debt consolidation. To protect yourself, you need to secure collateral or use a legal promissory note. The biggest risk is trust. Misjudge someone's character and collections get messy. Worse, if the borrower is a friend or relative who doesn't repay, you could lose both your money and the relationship.
They ain't coming to Thanksgiving.
Hard money
beans,
lending.
greens, potatoes, tomatoes.
I agree wholeheartedly. We've done
We have done it.
good amount of hard money
We have
lending.
gotten our returns, and you currently are waiting for a return.
Well, sure. So I think in the last 2 paragraphs that
Yeah.
we read there's 2 things that are really important. One, to protect yourself, secure collateral. We've done this without doing that. That's a problem. The biggest risk is trust. Misjudge someone's character. We've done this by misjudging people's character.
100%.
That's a problem.
We
right?
have also judged a few people's character correctly and did not hard money lend them anything.
That is correct. For sure.
Yes,
Right.
those are the family members. I hope you're listening. No, we have criteria around that, but one of the things that they said is make sure there's collateral. So if you're going to, for instance, we utilize whole life insurance and the cash into it to lend to people.
Yep.
That's how we do it. Okay. So we're very rarely equity in our homes. That's another one, right?
Yep.
Okay. So we've used those assets, and when we lend money out, it comes with a note, people, first off.
Yep.
And secondly, if you're going to lend out money to a family member for a vehicle, you should buy the vehicle and then you have a note for them to repay you.
That's right.
So you own it. Maybe that wasn't clear when we've said it in the past, and we may not have known that either 10 years ago when we started the Save and Spend journey personally. You buy it. You write them a note, so in the event that they don't pay, you have the property. It's actually legally yours, and you're able to
go
sit-
get it.
go get it,
Turn it back.
turn it in,
Sell it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that type of thing. So
Yeah.
remember that. Remember that. So
I don't know, for whatever reason, I read the name of this article a bunch of times, 10 ways to make passive money. And
you've said
Thought it was
8
8.
many times.
Yeah, I
So
thought-
this is the bonus round, everybody.
Right. We got 2 more. Sorry, folks.
Wah,
thought-
wah, wah.
I
We
read
got a
it.
stretch
I thought
goal.
it was
Let's
8.
go.
Okay, so here's number 9. Here we go. It is royalties. Royalties. Royalties aren't just for musicians and novelists anymore. You can license designs, images, software, even blog content, and you can collect royalties whenever someone uses your work. When I published my book, the process took years, but now those books continue to generate income long after launch. Royalties, number 9.
I have never made $1 in royalties.
Me either.
I have made dollars in, it wasn't called royalties, but I've made passive income before in a control or ownership in some. It sounds like royalty, but it wasn't intellectual content, because this is going to be intellectual content.
Yep.
So I have not made money off passive intellectual content before.
You remember when NFTs were all the rage, and there was
Yes.
like the monkey pictures? That's what an
Logan
NFT
Paul.
was to me.
Logan
a
Paul.
picture of a monkey with clothes on. People were making lots of money off
Real
that.
quick. And then many people did not.
That is correct.
Many
But
people did not.
that's what royalties where it comes with. You can design images. That's what I think of. Because
Intellectual
they were
property.
making up pictures of gorillas in suits, and somehow $500,000 somebody bought it. And I was like, I do not understand what's going on here. Clearly, ChatGPT can generate that for me right now. Why would you buy this?
Should have done it.
I know, should have done it.
Okay, is anybody making royalty money out there? Now, the 1 or 2 people that I've kind of known or been semi-acquainted with that have made royalty money, wow. It is very interesting. Yeah, because you're like, they're making money for nothing. So just last week, look this up. Do we have time? Look up the Jackson estate. So Michael Jackson's daughter, Paris, you guys remember Paris? Paris Michael? Isn't that her middle name? Who also has a great song on that Peanut Butter Falcon movie. I told you about it.
We don't know what you're talking about.
Shia LaBeouf,
We
that
don't know what
movie.
you're talking about.
It's so
Continue.
good. Okay, Michael Jackson estate, Paris Jackson, payout something. Okay, so it's new. It's brand new stuff. I saw it this past week. Okay, so is there anybody out there listening to? Is nobody making passive income? Because nobody is responding to any of my pleas for tell us what you're doing. People, we got to do this together. Generational wealth means that we can't be working. We have to get money coming in. Okay, Paris Jackson, what'd you find? How much money?
$65 million.
Okay, she just received. Now, how old is the article? Last week.
October 15th.
Okay, last week. Okay, she received $65 million in benefits from his estate. Royalties. He owns things and he's dead, and his kids are getting $65 million last week.
That's a lot of money.
That's what I'm saying. When I have heard of people, so you guys know Edwin McCain. He's famous in our town because he's from here. But Edwin McCain wrote that "I'll Be" song. I'll be young. Okay, you know who I'm talking about. So I met him 10 times. Okay, the numbers that these guys pull off of creative content, intellectual property.
You get a song though.
That's what I'm saying. Oh my goodness!
The test of time.
And they're yeah, correct. Yeah, chilling. It shows up in movies. If someone put it in a movie, it shows up on a toy. Like if you pull the string, back when I was a kid, you guys old enough? You pull the string on the toy for the Speak and Say at Target, and your song was. These numbers are nuts.
I believe it.
Yeah, these checks are ridiculous. Oh man! So you guys remember another royalty option is my man Jason Weaver, who sang Simba's songs.
Oh yeah, I've heard this.
Yeah, Jay Weave. Okay, so he was promised.
He was like 9 years old.
Yeah, so he's whatever. Oh, how old he was. So in '93, when they said, "Can you sing the song?" Now he was on he was Michael Jackson in the Jackson movie when I was a kid.
Oh,
he was in the Jackson movie. I think he was Michael, young Michael, in the Jackson movie, made for TV movie. Who knows what I'm talking about? And he was in the studio recording, and Steven Spielberg showed up because he was meeting someone else, heard him, and 6 months later, not Steven Spielberg, I'm sorry, Elton John, somebody, whoever,
I don't know,
showed up, and they were like, oh, call that kid who's in that other TV movie. I saw him in the studio that day. I met him.
He can sing.
See if he'll sing the Lion King songs. He got the deal. He's from Chicago. Got the deal. They went nuts in his household. Well, and his mom said,
Lion King went nuts.
Yeah, because they just come off Beauty and the Beast. They just come off Aladdin. And now they want him to sing. Okay, they offered him $100,000 to sing 2 songs.
Yep.
Okay, what was it? I Just Can't Wait to Be King and Hakuna Matata?
Maybe.
Okay.
Half of Hakuna Matata.
Right.
He grows up.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Sing those songs. Okay. Nina, good shout out. Put it on there. Okay. Facebook group out there is Infinite Bankers.
Yep.
Infinite Bankers. So what happened was his mom's, I think it was 100 grand. No, I'm sorry. They offered him $1 million.
Which is a lot in 93.
And you're
And
8.
Yeah.
You're in 3rd grade or
Yeah.
whatever he was in. I don't know. Okay. And his mom said, hold on, maybe we should actually take the low pay and the royalties. And the agent went back and said, can we take a low pay? We'll take it if we can get royalties. Lord of mercy. They did it. 100 grand check.
He's getting checks today.
Correct. Because
Lion
they
King.
play it on It's a Small World after all. They play it on Lion King is on Main Street. They're going to do the parade and the fireworks show this weekend for the anniversary of
And
it
they're
with
playing it.
Timon and Pumbaa. This
Mhm.
man is still getting checks. And he says, eventually it became more than they offered him. And
Yep.
and that was a long time ago.
Yep.
He was like, when I get those checks and they show up. I mean, he did that on the interview. He was like, I can't believe it sometimes that I get those checks.
That's
and
funny.
he was like, yeah, I think it was well over $2 million at this point
Yeah.
because they took 100 grand when he was 12 or whatever.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Last one in this article, number 10, officially, delayed passive income, which is called growth investing. If you're already earning and don't need immediate income, invest in growth companies, it says, public or private. Can lead to much larger payoffs later. Think of it as planting fruit trees. You won't get a harvest right away, but down the road, the results can be substantial. So it gives an example.
Okay.
Passive
Well, I want to see the
income.
example because I was wondering, are these private or public companies?
For example,
it gave a
Apple
public
did
company.
not pay dividends for decades, but long-term investors who held on earned huge gains. Today, this guy invests in public growth stocks and early-stage AI companies, knowing that he can convert some of those gains into income-producing assets when he needs to.
Now, what's interesting about this is I got approached. I had a tech company for a very short amount of time years ago, and me and my partner got vetted by investors who were in Vegas. They lived in Vegas, and all they did was try to find the incubators and think tanks all around the country, and they'd invest money. And they'd try to get those guys to move to Vegas because Tony Hsieh of Zappos, the shoe company who sold it to Amazon, was building this entrepreneurial community. Literally wanted us to move there. And they were like, these guys who literally invested in companies and then gambled. And they gambled. They lived, they were staying in Vegas.
So
They were gambling. That's what they
do.
did.
Yep.
They were willing to like not understand anything. And they were willing to go, if you guys are in, it's 100 grand. We'll pay you 100 grand because they were doing it to all sorts of companies. And they said, all you have to do is have one win when you're doing this type of thing. You can have 9 losses and 1 win, and we're fine.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? I never heard of this model. There's just 2 guys, super nice. It was like, if you guys want to take 100 or like 100 over the course of, or 200 for 2 years or something like that, they were fine not making it because they were like, if you're in this cohort or you know these people or these people said, go talk to them, we're just willing to invest because we only need one to work every once in a while.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, I was like, what was crazy? I didn't take the deal. Never lived in Vegas. The crazy part was I was smart enough to know this ain't the one that's going to make it.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I love it. Okay, Kathy says, as an insurance agent, she earns residual commissions from personal and commercial policies written. It's one way to build steady passive income.
Yes, it is. So, again, a sales job where there's residual commissions. That's the thing. And everyone's heard of that, and everyone has it's like real estate. You sell insurance, you sell real estate, you're in real estate. Well, there's 100 ways to be involved in these things. And lots of people pick the wrong ones, pick the wrong companies, don't have the right leadership or mentorship. And choosing the right game to play. These 10, I love it. Choosing the right game to play, playing them the right way, and choosing the right people to be on your team make a lot of difference.
Yeah,
people
sure does.
make a lot of difference. Okay, what other topics, comments, and concerns do you guys have? Each and every Thursday, we go live with a little chit-chat and infinite banking style topics. So we want to help you understand that there are ways to have guaranteed growth and cash flow. I was on a podcast that comes out in December, they said, yesterday. So we recorded yesterday, and it was the Payments Professor. Ooh. And one of the things that he was saying was, you've got to understand how money flows electronically and transactionally. And I was like, exactly. I love that. If you don't understand how money flows, you probably won't get it to grow either. Money has got to flow, and you need to put it in the right places, have it work for you, or you work, or combination. You got to figure those things out, folks, or you just keep working till you die.
Keep working.
All right. How do you guys feel about that? Shout out to our IG community at The Banking Bros. Follow us there if you're not. If you follow us there, you can get some feedback quickly because me and my team, there's a dude named Key, we hit those comments, DMs. I can send you a voice memo and links over on that one. If you're on our Facebook community, Infinite Bankers, what we can do for you is help you get in conversations with people who are doing this, not just us as coaches. If you're on our YouTube channel, you can see our long form content where Jonah has probably 2/3 of the content you're in. I'm only probably in 1/3 of the content on YouTube.
That's it.
And you have lots of, what was the topic that you recorded this week? That'll be coming out in the next week or two.
Great question. Actually, I did the 18 places that you can retire that do not have state tax on your 401k, your Social Security benefits, or your IRA.
Okay.
Actually. So the YouTube videos coming out on 18 different places where you can retire where it doesn't have that. Now, again, I'm not sure you want to retire in like
Eugene, Oregon.
Yeah, Corning, Iowa, but I got 18 cities on
If
there.
you live close by, you might just move over a little bit. And then if you're already in Iowa and life is Iowan, then you're fine. Just move to the next town. All right. What is Nina up to?
Nina's got a good one. She says, why should she do IBC with whole life instead of or versus IUL? I hear a lot of stuff and so confused. Others say whole life is better and others say IUL is better.
What a topic. And it's a great one to close us out here in the last 10 minutes. Jonah, first off, can you pull up the Kyle Busch article?
Yeah, let's see.
Just came out. Number 2, Nina, thank you for the question. Number 1, because this is the manual from the man who created and coined the phrase infinite banking concept. You just used his term, IBC, infinite banking concept. And in this book, what does he say? Other than don't use universal life. He says it. Don't use it. So I have a question. If the man came up with the term, and he says, don't use universal life to try to do this process, did you know that the book existed? Have you heard of it? Have you read it? Because this is what it is. And he says, I know what indexed universal life is in universal life. There are variables. We'll now get to the meat of it and we'll help you. There are variables. There are things that there are 3 entities going on in an index universal life contract. The 3 entities are the insurance company, you, and the market. There are variables with the insurance company and the market and you. You cannot control the ones from the insurance company or the market. So 2 out of 3 you cannot control. That's a challenge. That's one reason. Number 2, do you know what universal life is before you tell me what index universal life is? Can you tell me? Some people say it's better. Cool. Can you tell me what it is before we get to the process? And I'm asking fair questions, hopefully, because we're on your team here. But can you tell me what it is before you tell me whether or not someone else told you it's better? What is it? And here's what I've learned. Most people can't come close. They can't tell you what it is. And I go, well, how do you know if it's better or worse? And you can't tell me what it is. On top of that, in English, indexed universal life would mean that universal would be the noun, life, right? Universal life insurance policy. And the adjective, the describer, would be index. So if you can't tell me what universal life is, how are you going to tell me what index universal life is before you tell me whether or not it's better or worse? People don't know what it is. So we're trying to be fair here because we can give index universal life its place and its due. But the man who said the process of infinite banking should not be used and considered if you have index universal life or equitable universal life, what they used to call it, because he's old. He died 5 years ago. And you don't know what the product is. Well, then don't make me tell you whether or not it's better or worse if you don't know what we're saying. You see what I'm saying? So, Nina, hopefully that's helpful because we can get into a one-on-one with you for free anytime where if you've got paperwork, because we know you do, if you have an IUL or someone told you about it, you've got paperwork, why don't we read it together? I'll read it for you.
Yep.
You bring it and I'll read it and you tell me if that's what you want.
So this request is for Nina, but it's also for anyone else watching. Scan the QR code in the top right corner of this broadcast and you can get on one of our calendars. And when you get on that calendar, we'll talk to you about what you're thinking. Here's the article. So I went to the middle of the article before I tell you the title, Nina. I need the. What does that mean?
I need the one-on-one. The
Oh, you
one-on-one.
need
Yeah,
the
yeah.
one-on-one.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, we got you.
Yeah.
Okay, Nina, this is for you. This is your question. This is for you as we wrap up today's show. Got 4 or 5 minutes left. Okay, I'm going to go to an article. I'm going to read the middle of the article before I tell you the headline. Here's the middle. IULs are a type of life insurance that allow policyholders to build cash value based on a stock market's index performance while still offering a death benefit. But its returns are limited by caps, reduced by fees, and depend on complex formulas that make it riskier than they appear. Then, you ready for the title of this article? NASCAR champion Kyle Busch and wife allege they lost $8.5 million in an insurance scheme, a financial trap. Busch and his wife Samantha released statements Tuesday announcing that they have taken legal action against an insurance carrier, Pacific Life, for allegedly designing and promoting a series of complex index universal life policies as tax-free retirement plans that were misrepresented as safe, self-funding investment vehicles. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Okay,
Here's the crazy part about that.
What's the crazy part about that?
The crazy part is they're going to try to do the lawsuit and all that stuff, and they're not going to win. All of that is written in the insurance documentation. They didn't read it.
They are going to be able to sue
that agent.
They're going to be able to sue the agent or agency for misrepresentation if the agent or agency has collateral that exists or that can be provided that
or
say,
whoa, calls recorded or
whatever.
Yep.
Now, sometimes the company gets in trouble too because of things they may have put out there. But the contract is a contract. There's stuff in there. So the problem is it's often misrepresented. Nina, have you heard upside potential, downside protection? Have you heard that term, that phrase? Does that ring a bell? Goes up with the market. As the market goes up, 7%, 5%, 6%, we're going to tell you those numbers, but you know the market, and Dave Ramsey told you it actually goes up 10. We're going to be conservative and show you 5 or 6 or 7. Have you heard these things? Does that make sense to you? Okay. If you're about to type yes, if you're halfway through typing your sentence, anybody out there who's got IUL, or no matter how many times we said whole life insurance today, you haven't been listening and you think we're talking about IUL, or you think when I say whole, it means permanent every time. It doesn't. These things need to be talked about on a one-on-one. I'm waiting for Nina, hopefully. And once again, there's a delay.
I did put the link of where I got the article. But Nina, this happened yesterday. So like Google.
Published on October 30th. It's been out for like the last 2 days or so.
This happened yesterday.
So here's my question for you. If you've heard all those things, yes, you have. Of course you have. Put on the screen. Here's my question. Where in the paperwork that you're going to provide and we're going to read does it say any of the things that you just heard? Where in the paperwork does it say that?
Yep. When we help people with whole life insurance and we use the language that we use and guaranteed income and guaranteed cash flow, it actually does say that.
We're gonna say, like, I'm gonna say this. Do you see it here? They put it in the paperwork.
Yeah, which is a huge deal because I don't want you to take my word for anything because then you're mad at me if something right. I want you to read it. Read it.
Does it say
it? You see the numbers?
Yeah.
Great, we got it. Right.
Okay. Does it say guaranteed? Now does it say the growth or the cash average? It doesn't say that in whole life. It doesn't say it, but on an IUL illustration, it says stuff like that. And because the whole life illustration is 12 pages with a bunch of similar pages on it, 20 pages, 50 pages, 100 pages, and the IUL is all those pages with a bunch you skipped over the fact that this one said guaranteed and this one said market. Yep. I did too before I knew. I wouldn't have known.
Yep.
I look for bigger numbers. Bigger is better. The problem was this one said guaranteed and this one said bigger, but it didn't say guarantee anywhere.
Yep.
It said market. It said maybe. It said fees and charges at the bottom.
Yeah.
The other paper didn't have that, even though the papers look pretty similar. Yeah.
Yeah. When we talk about the infinite banking concept, when we talk about using this policy like a bank, I sometimes ask folks, you think about your personal bank right now, your checking account, your savings account, your bank. Are you tying your bank to the market? Your checking account, savings account. And they're like, no, no
Why would I
chance.
do that?
Correct. No chance.
We go, okay.
Again, maybe you've got some extra dollars that you
Extra
want
dollars.
to invest.
Yes,
You want
extra.
to risk. You want to try to get bigger returns. I get that. We just walked through 10 passive income ideas in the article. We just walked through it. I get it. But you don't tie your
That's why
checking
you have
account, your bank.
That's
to the
why you
market.
have to look at what the paperwork says, because sometimes it says 10, he keeps saying 8. So just
Yeah,
look at the
you gotta
paper.
Look at the paperwork.
Look at the
I'll
paper.
read it to you, and
All right.
I promise I can read better than I can remember what the title of the article is.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Nina, thank you for these questions and helpful stuff. There's a lot of people out there who are probably like you, who have heard about several products and several ways to use those products. And we're going to make sure the product is right so you can do those things. We want you to be able to use the money. We want you to be able to retire. We want you to be able to have growth. We want you to be able to have tax freedom. Let's make sure it's the right thing then, because if we're going to be locked into it for life, or we'll lose money if we're like, oh, I don't want it anymore. Well, we lost money. We put money in there. We're going to get out of it. We want it to be the right paper.
Yep.
And if it's the right paper, let's go. But if it's the wrong paper, let's know.
there it is. All right, folks, I think that's going to wrap it up for us. If you have not scanned that QR code in the top right corner of the screen, this is your last opportunity for this week's live session. We will be back next week, Thursday, noon Eastern, right here, same time, same place, and we will answer all of your questions when we talk personal finance. Maybe we'll have something else, a new article to talk through or walk through or something like that. But what we really want is to be able to interact with you. So if you have not clicked that link, if you have not booked the one-on-one, please do, because that's what we're interested in. We're actually interested in helping you secure guaranteed income as you move forward, guaranteed income as retirement, guaranteed passive cash flow. We talked about talking to Janet earlier over on Instagram about that just yesterday, right? So that's what we want to do. That's what we're asking. We really appreciate you. We are out of here, and we will see you next time. Peace.
You are now tuned to the banking bros. Said we couldn't make it, 3 or settle, this the life we chose. Gave a lot of game, we never got a lot of things. Bow your head and say the prayer, we taught you how to be the bank.